And South Carolina will control it first.
Kentucky starting out in a 2-3 zone. The key in defending South Carolina is you've got to try to limit points in the paint.
Yeah, Kentucky did not do a good job of that the first time around. South Carolina had 62 paint points. That's their bread and butter. 10 seconds now. Kiera Fletcher will send it out to Zia Cook. And the offensive rebound by Victoria Saxton. That's a normal thing for the Gamecocks.
I was going to say, you're going to say that a lot tonight. Those second chance opportunities that South Carolina really creates for themselves.
Kentucky's starting lineup, we told you about Maddie Shear. Robin Benton has become a really big scorer for them, too. She's their leading scorer.
Upped her game on the defensive end. Remember, she transferred in from Auburn, where defense was that was what their calling card was. So she brings that.
Nia Levereder at the free throw line. She was fouled by Zia Cook. And the South Carolina starting lineup, we've gotten to know a lot of these starters over the years. 3 of them part of that number 1 recruiting class. Now seniors, Victoria Saxton coming back for her 5th year.
Those blue jerseys are not leaving the paint. You see any look to Aliyah Boston, there are going to be 3 players around her.
And Nia Levereder guarding her. She kicks back out to Cook. They swing it over to Bree Beal for 3. That shot's going this year.
A lot of confidence.
Jada Walker, 5 seconds. Maddie Shear from range, right at the buzzer. Kyrie Elsie told us, she came in, we told her we need you to score the basketball. And there's some paint points for South Carolina and Aliyah Boston. Again, the National Player of the Year, the National Defensive Player of the Year, and that's a travel. Her 21st three-pointer of the season. She's in the corner now. Boston coming across on the baseline. Oh, went in and out. Victoria Saxton, just a monster on the O-boards.
Are they going to count that one?
So the foul was on Nia Levereder. That's her first.
Connor's like, I got it. I don't need to relive it any more than has already happened.
Cook almost lost it, but regrouped off the screen from Boston. Right at the elbow, and she's fouled. Look, that's an important piece to the Kentucky puzzle, especially when you're battling the bigs inside like South Carolina has.
Yeah, Levereder is a huge rebounder for Kentucky and also a terrific defender with length for Aliyah Boston to have to score over. Bree Beal cashing it in, knocking down 3 to start it off.
Brought her shot, put it right in her pocket.
She did.
Packed it for the game. Robin Benton can do it too. Bounces around and in. Again, 17 points a game for Robin Benton. Uh-oh. That's going to stay with South Carolina.
And then I said, yeah, can you repeat? And she sat there and then made me say it again. At first I didn't think she heard me.
Yeah. She knew.
She did know. I think that last year's team, they really felt like there was only one way that they could score, and that was to get the ball inside in the paint. Now I think South Carolina is more comfortable scoring from the perimeter.
Jada Walker, the sophomore, who played a lot of minutes as a freshman. She was thrown into the fire, and that's going to be a travel on Boston. Keys for Kentucky. She circled her team up and said, transition offense. Push, push, push.
But the biggest thing Kyra pointed out was the mentality. She said you cannot back down, to bring that toughness. And they all, in blue, they bought in. They said they're all about it.
Coaching at Kentucky has been that win in the SEC tournament championship game against this South Carolina team last year.
That was a phenomenal finals. For what Kentucky did, fighting their way through that SEC tournament, getting all the way to the finals and winning it. Wow. Refuse to lose mentality, because that's one of the things that she talks about, refuse to lose. And she said, I really don't bring up last year because I have so many new pieces.
Youngest team in the SEC. Cook working the baseline. Victoria Saxton took the rebound away from her teammate. Both of them crashing the glass.
A little less than 5 minutes into the ball game.
Well, she told us last year. It comes from her heart.
It comes from her heart. She sure did.
That's going to be an offensive foul. Kennedy Cambridge, number 3 in blue, is checked in for Kentucky. You might know that name. Her sister Jordan plays at Vanderbilt, injured this season, but
she's got 2 brothers that play at Arizona State. And wait till you see Jelani.
yeah, watch out for little sis.
Oh, the number 1 recruit in class 2024.
Sheer in trouble. Over to Blair Green. The step back. Blair Green!
Look, the band tried to trick her and really a little early on the shot clock.
Bree Beal short on the layup. Back the other way, Jada Walker.
Walker ain't gonna wait.
She pulls up and shoots over Boston. Back and forth we go. Track meet. Saxton finishes.
I don't know if Kentucky wants to try to get into a foot race with South Carolina. You see Kyra Elsie telling her team to slow it down.
2 seconds. Adiyeye elevates, shoots right over Kiera Fletcher.
That's what Kyra Elsie wants.
As she mentioned, if we can't run and push in transition, then make them defend us. Look, her defense, too, is jacked up.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
I'd love how she's playing in her senior year.
Cambridge, back to Adiyeye. Good ball movement.
Kentucky's got the lead here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Cook. Landed a little awkwardly. Zaya Cook is at the free throw line. She was fouled by Adiyeye, completing the three-point play, and so Cook will check out. Stolen away by Boston. Take it all the way, Aliyah.
The versatility of her game.
Anaya Russell facing her old team, started her career at South Carolina, part of last year's team. Raven Johnson, the pull-up. Look, when she comes in off the bench, that pace is going to pick up.
I was so excited about Raven Johnson coming in last season, then she tore her ACL because I saw her in high school. I knew she was going to be something special, and now that she's back, recovered from that injury, when she comes in the game, the speed of the game, it goes up another notch.
Look, when you say you were excited, I think that's an understatement, because for the last 2 years, I have heard you be so excited about Raven Johnson. And Kentucky is going to call a timeout. Under a minute here in the first quarter. South Carolina is on a 9-0 run. And Robin Benton is fouled by Letitia Mehier.
Just holding what your starters are the lead.
Yeah, they're averaging almost 40 points per game coming off the bench. That's 48% of their points. Raven to Camila Cardoso. To the free throw line.
What I see from South Carolina is that each player knows their role and plays to their strengths. Raven Johnson knows that she's to pick up the speed and push in transition. Ashlyn Watkins knows she's going to go rebound and get it done in the paint.
Anaya Russell with the heave.
You don't rest on your laurels when you win a national championship. You got to figure out how to be better, and that's what Dawn Staley has done.
Bree Hall over to Watkins. Great court awareness by all of South Carolina.
What makes South Carolina so good defensively too is the length is able to defend all over the floor.
Kick out to Mehier. She'll go back inside to Cardoso.
Cardoso's kick out passes got to be a little more careful. She threw one away a little earlier.
Raven's going to reset here, 10 seconds, asking for the screen. They just throw it up, 6-7. Bucket!
Cardoso needs to buy Raven Johnson dinner tonight. She's getting her the basketball.
Ball stolen away by Bree Hall. And Maddie Shearer shut it down, still alive.
See how Raven Johnson takes charge from the top. She wants to get the ball inside.
Watkins somehow got that back and put it through the bucket. Timeout, Kentucky. They're on a 17-2 run. Kentucky looking for some offense. Jada Walker found it.
This sophomore right here.
Well, she had no choice. She was thrown in the fire last year. Robin Benton with the steal. And the transition bucket.
You've got to sustain South Carolina's runs and create some runs of your own. Now Kentucky looking to bring some pressure, trapping.
And she's still able to put it down. Camila Cardoso.
Courtney, what I tell you, if you just throw it up around the rim, when you're in trouble, Camila Cardoso, she's going to pull it down. She's going to be able to grab it.
She was the number 5 overall player, the number 1 center in her class, originally from Brazil, but moved to the U.S. at age 15. She played at Hamilton Heights in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Bree Hall is such a terrific defender.
Blair Green, the 2. Watkins short of the turnaround, and it's going to be Kentucky basketball. Six seconds for Kentucky.
I mean, 1 through 5.
Yeah, she ran the point some last year. Destiny Henderson was out for a couple of games, and
right.
LA ran the point. She's up to 5 points. Again, had the career high 25 points in the first meeting with South Carolina. High post to Saxton, the kick out to Zaya Cook. Foul away from the shot. It's the 3rd on Nia Leveretter.
Sending a flasher to that midpoint, to the nail in the free throw line. Once the ball gets there, the South Carolina offense has options.
Boston had a couple looks. Kentucky's defense stepping up. Asia Petty in the game now. Robin Benton, the transition 3. Yes! She's got 11.
Now, Kyra Elsie said before you can be primetime, you got to bring it consistently, and so far she has over the last couple of games.
Benton now has a 3-pointer in her last 16 games. Cook got tripped up going across the lane.
I mean, she's 18 plus points a game.
Averages 17 a game overall in the season. Sheer working hard against Kiera Fletcher.
She's a willing passer, but she has diversified her game.
And started her career at Oregon, but Kyra Elsie told us, look, we don't need you to score anymore. I want you to focus on your defense, your rebounding, your toughness, and guess what? The offense came.
Well, because Maddie's a natural basketball player. You don't have to order up what you need specifically from her, like you don't have to order it up from Aliyah Boston.
Robin Benton. Somebody lost a shoe and just threw it at the Kentucky bench. Shoe back on the foot of Asia Petty. We're ready to go.
Losing the shoe was made famous by Angel Reese. I don't care what anybody says. The block shot, holding the shoe.
Fletcher, perfect position to rebound. Nobody was around her. Fletcher with the steal. Letitia Mehier with the rebound. Fell right in her lap.
A missed shot for South Carolina is like an assist.
That'll stay with Carolina.
In the middle, that's the soft part of the zone.
Letitia Mehier at the top of the key. Jada Walker going. Somebody else has lost a shoe again. It's like shoe carnival in here. Now in her senior season, her main defensive assignment is only averaging 3.7 points per game. It's a 7-0 run for Carolina. Robin Benton's shot bounces out. Petty. Put back. Asia Petty, the transfer from LSU. And it'll be Kentucky ball. The hoodie jersey, that's a baller move.
What about Don Staley? Isn't a baller move?
That's true. To me here.
Saxon, who can dunk. Ashlyn Watkins, who's done it in the game, was the first.
Fletcher in trouble. It finds itself in the hands of Aliyah Boston. Up and in on the second time, pad the stat sheet. And at the half, South Carolina up 50-35. Look, early on though, Kentucky had some moments. They led a few times. It was back and forth a little bit. What was working well when that was happening for Kentucky?
For Kentucky, they had really collapsed. They started out the game collapsing inside and forcing everything from the perimeter, and South Carolina was turning the ball over and taking some ill-advised shots. And see, Kentucky's gone back to that 2-3 zone. The other factor is foul trouble. Nia Leveretter had three fouls in that first half.
Yeah, Leveretter, number 21 in blue for Kentucky. But they need all the help they can get down low. Jada Walker, she's got two players on her.
Nia Leveretter's not leaving her side.
Fletcher's shot misses. Jada Walker working around Fletcher. She does, off the glass. Kentucky has outscored South Carolina in the third quarter 7-0. Zaya Cook. Cook 1 for 7 now, but the putback is there. Aliyah Boston puts her in double figures. Jada Walker gonna push.
You look, Kentucky knows they've got to try to score any opportunity they have in transition because of the length of South Carolina.
Robin Benton getting inside and drawing the foul. That's the first free throw missed by Kentucky. They started 11 for 11 while outscoring South Carolina here in the third quarter. They got some foul trouble with Leveretter on the bench with 4 fouls. And now Adiyeye goes to the bench with 3. South Carolina's moved over to Raven Johnson running the point. Bree Beal trying to throw to Cardoso. Cook steps in. Her shot's blocked. Here goes Benton. Blair Green transition 3! Blair Green! 11 points now. She's 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
The three-point shot was the Achilles heel of South Carolina in that SEC tournament championship game.
Cardoso misses. Boston puts it back. I think she told him you got to be tough. They've come out of the locker room really tough.
It can become contagious.
Cardoso on the inbounds.
To know that the next level at the W, it's a business, it's a job, but it's a good one. It's an elite group of women, I tell you that.
You see one who could be playing at the W next year, Aliyah Boston with the steal and then taking it up the floor. Should we talk to her pregame? She said, you guys text and communicate some?
Yes,
what do you tell her?
I mean, I've been in her situation. It's kind of like identical in a sense, and so I just wanted to make sure that she knew that I was here for her no matter what. Like, it's no... I love it. I love when she's shattering records. I love her hometown as well, and I know they're proud of her.
What stands out about this group?
But I'm super excited. I think we have a team that's solid through and through. From 1 through 12, with however many are, I think we're ready to work and coming in, and we know that target on our back just got a little bit bigger, so I'm excited for it.
You mentioned work today, and I loved what you told this team about how hard you have to work on the next level.
Yeah, I think people kind of see the resume.
To be able to come in, Jackie Young, to fill in all the other spots to be world champions.
It's a 6-0 run right now for South Carolina. Kentucky hasn't scored in over 2.5 minutes.
Who did Indiana pick up last season? Indiana, you better get your tickets.
Yeah.
Because Lynn Dunn is putting together a crew. They're young,
Walker in trouble. Blocked by Raven Johnson.
You know, how can I get to your level? What does it take?
Aliyah. Her shot affected by Camila Cardoso. Raven saw her, got it to her, Cardoso. 9-0 run now for Carolina.
Bree Bill, that's going to be a steal. And I didn't mean to rhyme, but now she's demonstrating she can shoot the three and she can defend.
Aliyah just picked up her fourth. Nia Leverudder has her fourth foul. That's 2 players inside Kentucky needs.
Well, that's the biggest difference. When the scoring drought.
Here's Maddie Shear. Cook. Layup. Time winding down in the quarter. Maddie Shear on the move. Blocked by Watkins.
Look, she didn't show any emotion on her face, but she gets the job done. That is such an athletic freshman for the Gamecocks.
A 6-minute scoring drought for Kentucky, and South Carolina up 67-50.
Yeah, really, Asia Petty's the only true post. Blair Green played some post a couple of years ago at the 4, but still not the size to match South Carolina.
Petty with the stop.
Petty said, you need to talk about my defense.
Held ball possession arrow to Kentucky.
Play defense. You see her get down in a stance. And look, she doesn't run to the player, tries to beat her to the spot. She knows she's got the length to block the shot.
Yeah, this has been a big season for Bree Hall in her second year with South Carolina. Going up and finishing the layup.
Use this,
this
hand, pointing to her left hand. I feel her on that. It took me a while. She goes, it went to the 7th grade when I got to using my left hand, and I'm thinking, I didn't really have to use mine until high school.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't very good.
What'd she tell us, though, about her sister, right? She's a better shooter?
Oh, yeah. And she's only 14. She hated to admit it, but she said, yeah, her sister's got a better shot.
Watkins, the kick out to Letitia Mihir. Fresh 20. Didn't need all of it. Aliyah. South Carolina ball.
You're like, okay, I don't want to do too much. I'm trying to stay in my lane. But I think that Dawn wants her to carve her own lane. There you go.
Swish. Aliyah with some patience.
Jada Walker, I'm going to tell you, they won't go away. There's no quit in this Kentucky basketball team. See Kentucky going back to a man-to-man defense. The other effect that the depth of South Carolina, you can tell, I believe Kentucky looks a little fatigued. They've been worn down because of the fresh bodies that Dawn Staley's been able to put on the floor. Beginning of the season, she was wearing a knee brace as she had recovered from the ACL. She's moving much freer, too, without wearing it.
Yeah, I noticed that because when we had them early on, she was messing with it. It was coming undone. And
it can be a little heavy, too.
It's like an offensive lineman brace.
Yeah, it was big. You know it's about time. Olivia Thompson time.
Chloe Kitt's coming in right now. She's over at the scorer's table. Mid-year enrollee. Bree Hall calling for it. She was alone. Robin Benton read the pass.
That'll move Letitia Mihir to the point. I think she has played just about every position tonight, Mihir.
Ashlyn Watkins.
So Kentucky will then shoot 2 shots, and then they will take the ball out at half court.
And anybody can shoot those 2 shots for Kentucky. That technical foul also counting as a personal foul against Ashlyn Watkins.
And they went to the monitor to see if there was anything extra that happened. And they didn't find anything.
So now anybody for Kentucky can take these 2. So Maddie Shear will take them. These are for the technical foul. She's their leading free throw shooter at 92%. Robin Benton on the fadeaway. Chloe Kitts with the rebound. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Kitts.
She's got to try to create and then have 2 shooters. She got Green. You also have Shear as options.
Fagan going coast to coast, up ahead to Kitts. Chloe Kitts with the lay-in. Benton looking to create again, and she's going to be fouled. First time we've seen Cooper.
Well, Cooper is, I think, a future point guard as well. McDonald's All-Star game, she had a mean crossover, then cross back. She was breaking ankles.
There's a turnover there, and then Cooper's going to be called for the foul.
He brags so much on the depth.
Right.
They're still beating teams by 34. They're out-rebounding them by 17.
Jada Walker from the baseline. Breezy. Walker the triple, no. Cooper sees Fagan alone. When this South Carolina team plays LSU, what are you most excited to see when those 2 battle here in Colonial Life?
Well, I'm looking forward to the matchup of Angel Reese going inside, depending on who her matchup is, but also Alexis Morris, a point guard who is able to score and push tempo. This could be a fast-paced game. We saw tonight South Carolina looking to get up and down the floor in transition. LSU can have a transition game of their own. And I think that this is going to be the real true measurement test for LSU. We thought Tennessee was. Well, when you're going against the #1 team in the country.
You see both the identical records. But again, Kim Mulkey didn't know the players she was going to have when she made that schedule.
And Don Staley said, well, the stars line up. You got Philadelphia in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Astros.
The Astros. She said,
like
now,
2017.
Yeah. But she said, now Philadelphia's got to do their part. No pressure on Super Bowl Sunday.
Gamecocks not overlooking this game and looking ahead to UConn, but now they can look at the Huskies. South Carolina showing off all its depth tonight, and a big win for the second time. They defeat Kentucky this season 87-69.
It was an impressive show for the first string, the next string, and then the next. The depth.